Welcome to the Big Success Show. Today, a key personal leadership trait for uncertain times.
Big Success with the Professor and Mary-Lynn.
Boy, these are some crazy times, aren't they? I mean, uncertainty abounds. Volatility, Mary-Lynn, it seems like it's the order of the day.
Yeah.
And what's the natural byproduct of this? It's simple. It's stress.
Yes, very much so. It is a mad world.
I love that.
It's a movie.
Yes, it's
right?
a fun movie.
Yeah, and we link to it if you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a long time and want to see it again. We've got the link in the show notes today.
It's worth watching.
Yeah.
But you might want to just make sure you go into the attitude of stupid humor.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome. And just about everybody who was in Hollywood at that time is in the movie.
Right. And stupid humor, honestly, is a great stress reliever when you're dealing with a mad world.
Yes.
But, it doesn't have to be a mad world with everything that's going on.
Yeah. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about one simple word, and it's not mad. One simple word that can help you navigate your way through all of this uncertainty and volatility in which we live. Hi, I'm George the Professor.
And I'm Mary-Lynn. Big success is life on your own terms. It's about entrepreneuring your life, taking control to create the life that fits you perfectly. That's personal leadership.
And entrepreneurs learn how to deal with something called entrepreneurial terror. Whoa.
Very scary.
Most people never experience it. Anyone who has never wishes it on anyone. But here's the thing. You're a big goal getter. You're the entrepreneur in charge of an incredibly special enterprise, your life. So you will learn how to deal with the uncertainty, the volatility, and the stress because that's your duty. That's what's calling you. That's your calling.
But you can do even more for the important people in your life. So not just taking care of yourself because you understand that entrepreneurial spirit and what you have to do. Because of that, you can be a source of certainty for other people, the people that love you the most. You can be a shelter against volatility. You can be a partner in stress relief for others. How?
In one simple word, steadfastness. Steadfastness. Now that seems like a tall order in an uncertain, volatile world, doesn't it? Guess what? It's not, if you understand what we're about to say.
And here's some help. 2 ways to be steadfast in these uncertain and volatile times, and even when things aren't uncertain and volatile. Number 1, stay true to your vision. Entrepreneurs know that they can't predict what will happen. You have to create your future.
So you should share your vision with the people who are affected by it. Your spouse, your family, your coworkers, your employees if you own a business, your customers.
Yeah.
Your destination can remain firm even in times of uncertainty and volatility. Of course, the road you take to get there may change, but keeping your vision constant gives comfort to the people who are a part of it.
I'm comforted just thinking about that.
I'm glad to hear that, Mary-Lynn.
But I mean, you can see how that really does help, because if you know what your vision is, no matter what comes at you, you keep moving toward that goal, and you can just reassure everybody around you, look, we're still going toward destination win.
Yes.
And here's how we're going to get there. I know this happened. I know this obstacle has gotten in our way, but we're still headed there.
Right.
And here's how.
Well, and just think about this. We often like to think about this journey as a road trip, to your big success, to your destination that you have in mind, destination, peace of mind, we call it. Well, the thing is, when we do trips, sometimes we run into bridges out.
Right.
We got to take a detour.
Yeah.
There's road construction. There's things that are happening. And we don't get all stressed out over it. We just keep going, right?
We
find the
don't say,
alternative.
well, that's it, we're going home.
Right. Or I can't take this.
I mean, sometimes you have to change your plans.
Absolutely.
But for the most part, you can still get to where you're going to go no matter what comes at you.
There's a way to get there. You just have to find it. But the key thing here is by being steadfast in your vision, you are able to comfort those people around you as you continue towards that vision.
Right. Or when you've got the person in the back seat saying, well, it's all over. Let's just go home. No.
Yes.
We're going to keep going.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Oh, that one too. All right. So 2 ways that you can be steadfast. The second way is to stay true to your values. So you can also be steadfast with your core values. And your core values are found where your passions meet your beliefs.
They define what's most important to you. Living your core values unwaveringly calms the most important people around you.
Can we give an example of this? So we're on the trip. The vision of where we're going keeps us on track. Can you give an example about how a core value comes into play here?
Let's talk about it in a more general example. And that is if we get out of our values territory. So in other words, the values are kind of our compass, right? They're leading us to the north, let's just say. Well, if we start heading off to the west, when we're supposed to be going north, people around us, the most important people in our life, will notice that. Mm-hmm. And that's going to cause them cognitive dissonance, I think is the big fancy word for it.
And have doubt in your leadership, in your personal leadership.
Yes. So the key thing here to understand is you want to be steadfast in your values. Now, that doesn't mean a value can never change. You're probably prioritizing that particular value has now become more important than others. But for the most part, these values are something that you're going to hold true to. And that gives comfort to the people who are most important to you and comfort to yourself.
All right. So let's get our big takeaway for today's show.
People are soothed by predictability. By being steadfast in your vision and values, the people around you will draw closer to you. They will help you achieve your vision within the framework of your core values. And before you know it, you'll reach big success.
Stay on track with your vision and values with our Financial Freedom Tool. It helps you know where your money is going and shows you where you can make adjustments to achieve your goals faster. Learn more at financialfreedomtool.com.
And we thank you so much for listening today.
Which do you prefer? Freedom or security? Do you have to choose one? Can you have both? We're going to answer those questions. Please join us next time for that discussion. And until then,
here's to your big success.
Find big success at biggsuccess.com.